Welcome to Nikhil. Woo! Today we are talking with Miss Samantha, and I'm going to let her introduce herself because I don't want to take the fun out of it. Okay.
Hello. Hello. My name is Samantha Chenery. I am currently the Chief Deputy Treasurer of Allen County. I am on the ballot this year to be your next Allen County Treasurer. Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you guys all voted for her when you came to vote. Should have been really easy because she's the only one.
The only one. And if you haven't, you still have time. So get out there and vote.
Right. Okay, so now you've already said who you are and what you do. Now, this position, was this an elected position as chief deputy? Or is this all about who you know?
Well, for me, it was neither. It's not an elected position, it's an appointed position. So the chief deputy essentially serves at the pleasure of the treasurer. And I did not know the current treasurer, Bill Royce, prior to getting this position. He found himself in a situation where he needed a new chief deputy. I was actually a finance manager for another department in the county at the time. And so Bill sought out the help of the auditor's office in finding a new chief deputy. So they obviously had some experience with the various finance managers, and my name made it on their short list. And so they reached out to me and we had some conversations about it. They put me in contact with Bill. Bill and I met for lunch one day and we had some talks about it, and the rest was kind of history from there. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, how long is this term and how long have you been in the position?
So I have been chief deputy now for, well, it's 4 years this November. So normally the chief deputy is an unlimited term. So it's as long as the treasurer wants to retain the chief deputy. So typically a chief deputy stays on with their treasurer. A new treasurer can come on and keep the same chief deputy. As chief deputy, if I wasn't running for treasurer and somebody else wanted to run for treasurer, I could have had the option of staying on as chief deputy if that new person wanted to retain me. However, I decided to run for treasurer. We did have that discussion when he brought me on that would be part of the plan. So that was one thing I had to consider when I took this position, which was never on my radar prior to this. I can tell you that. And then I've gone through the process recently of then finding my own chief deputy. So
awesome. Now, Fort Wayne is growing.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It's like, where are all these people coming from?
That is a very good question.
So what are your thoughts about the growth of Fort Wayne and how does that growth impact your position?
Well, okay, so the first part of that, I think the growth of Fort Wayne and Allen County as a whole is because we have a lot to offer. We have, a lot of people refer to us as a great city and a great county because we are big enough to offer all the things that people look for. We have sports teams, we have event facilities, we have attractions, we have one of the best children's zoos in the regional area. We have various things like that. We're a good location. We're a good location to a lot of other states. We're a good location to Indianapolis. But then by the same token, we're small enough that we're accessible. You can get around the whole, you can get pretty much anywhere in the city within a 20 to 30 minute drive.
That's true.
So even on a bad traffic day, you go down to Indianapolis, you're lucky if you can get 5 blocks on a busy day. So, we offer a lot of those same things that a lot of our bigger cities offer, but we still have that small town feel. And so I think that's a big draw for a lot of people. We're also blessed to have some very good school districts. That's really important to families. And we're managed well. I think our government, between our city government and our county government, we do have very good management, not only of taxpayer dollars, but just the general ordinances and things like that and how we conduct business. As far as how it affects my position, really the biggest way that that's going to affect the treasurer's position is in our parcel count. So we are, one of the biggest tasks, not the only task, or maybe even not the most important, but one of the biggest tasks that the treasurer's office does is we collect property taxes. The last time that I looked, I think we were right around 190,000 parcel count.
Wow.
So we're collecting property taxes on that number of parcels. Now, as our population grows, obviously more and more people are building homes. We have to accommodate that number of people that are coming in. So the more people that are building, our parcel count is going to continue to go up. So that means more collections that we're doing here within our office.
Awesome, awesome. Now, are you from Fort Wayne?
Originally, yes, I was born in Fort Wayne. I was born right here at Parkview Hospital. I did spend some time out of state. We lived in Texas for about close to 10 years of my early childhood.
Okay.
And then we moved back to Fort Wayne and went to middle school and part of high school in Fort Wayne. Moved away for a little while after that. As an early adult, my ex-husband was in the military, so we moved around a little bit, and then first came back to Fort Wayne. It's just kind of it's where my heart is. So
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now, how do you like to spend your time when you're not behind that desk?
Whew, well, I would say first and foremost, it's as a mother. I have been blessed with 2 children. I have an older daughter who actually lives in Indianapolis now. She's graduated college. And then I have a senior in high school, but they've kept me very busy. They've always been very active in sports and different academic things in school. So that's always been my first focus outside of work. Education has always been something that I've spent a lot of time on outside of work as well. I recently, about a year or 2 ago, finished my master's degree from IU Kelly. So that took a lot of time outside of work. And, you know, as far as fun in all that spare time I have outside of both of those things, I do enjoy doing photography. I do also do some various crafting. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's kind of silly, but I'll go to stores like Hobby Lobby or even a craft show, and I'll see things that people have made and it inspires me. And then I'll go home and recreate my own rendition of that. You know, so I have a lot of different equipment at home. I have a heat press and a laser engraver and all kinds of fun stuff. And it's kind of my therapy, if you will. It's kind of my peace of mind. And then when I've really got spare time, which does not happen often, I do enjoy reading. But I prefer to have a little bit more time so that I can spend more than 10 or 15 minutes reading. I really kind of want to dive into it. I don't have a lot of spare time for that, but I try whenever I can. So
Okay. One question I want to ask you, I'm gonna go back.
sure.
I'm gonna go backwards. Have you ever wanted to quit in this position, and what did that moment look like? Or found yourself going, forget about trying to go forward in the treasury. I'm just gonna stop right here, or
You know what? I can honestly say no. Have I had bad days? Yes. Have I had days that have been stressful? I've had days where I've had frustrated taxpayers or programs that aren't running right. You know, just where it seems like one thing after another is going wrong. Yes. But I can honestly say I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I truly, for the first time in my life, honestly, and I've had this conversation with several people, when I wake up in the morning, I look forward to coming to work. I've never had a moment where I've woken up and been like, I do not want to go to work. I've never had those days. So I thoroughly enjoy what I do. I thoroughly enjoy the people that I work with. And I honestly can't imagine myself doing anything else. Like this is definitely the path that I was intended to take and intended to be on. You know, like I said, this was never something I saw myself doing. This wasn't on my radar, I guess is the way to put it. You know, finance and money and all of that has always kind of been in my wheelhouse, but this was never on my radar. But the door opened, and I'm a firm believer that when a door opens, it opens for a reason. And sometimes you got to be willing to take the risk and walk through it. So I don't regret that decision one bit.
Amen. And I'm gonna tell y'all something after this is almost over, okay? So my last question for you, what does life look like when your time, well, I know that after this position, it's on to the treasurer.
Mhm.
Now, have you thought that far down? Like after the treasurer, I would like to.
So I've been asked that question a lot already, which is it's just kind of funny because I'm like, I haven't even taken on my new role yet.
Right. We're trying to get you out of there before you even get in.
I know, but I am a planner. So it's one of those things, you know, again, at this point, I don't know. You know, I have a few options as far as I see it. Because the treasurer is a term limited position, so I can only do 2 4-year terms at most. And that's God willing, I get reelected in 4 years. will I stay in public office and seek a different office? Maybe. I do enjoy public office. I do enjoy serving. I've been in the public sector now for 12, 13, 14 years. I could go private sector. I could go work at a bank. I could go work for a vendor. I mean, I have a lot of different options there too. I'm kind of taking it as kind of like I did coming into this position, that the opportunity that's meant for me is going to present itself. And I'm really just kind of leaning into my faith on that. And what is meant to be for me is the path is going to open up before me, and then I'll evaluate it at that point.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, I didn't have any more questions, but is there anything that you would like to share with the people?
Mainly just, I'm, for lack of a better term, I feel like I'm a little bit of an outsider in this. It's obviously I'm on the ballot. I am considered a quote unquote politician, if you will. But politics is not necessarily who I am. I view this job as a service. This is a service I provide to the people. It's something that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that I take seriously. And I try to get this message out to people as much as I can. And I'll be completely transparent. Yes, I'm on the ballot as a Republican. I am a Republican. I'm a very conservative in the way that I think. But there is not a Republican or a Democratic way to run the treasurer's office. The majority of what we do is mandated by state statute. It's more about being efficient, making sure that we are utilizing the tools that we have, making sure that we're making sound decisions and understanding the state statute. And although at the end of the day, yes, I'm a politician, I'm more focused on doing what's right than playing a political game. At this point, for me, it's just about embracing this office and all the possibilities that we can do and benefit, being a good financial steward for the citizens and doing the best that we can for everybody. So
good. I think they would like to hear that. Well, awesome. Well, my one thing I was going to share with you guys is Samantha is my boss at this time.
I am.
So, and she'll be your next treasurer. So make sure you guys go out and vote. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching this evening, this morning, this afternoon, whenever you're watching it. Thank you for joining the Cal, and we will see you soon.